During wintertime, skiing makes us dream, just like the snowy landscapes and the images of sports and nature that we see all year long. However, skiing remains risky, and accidents can have serious consequences. There is no specific regulation on the slopes. This is then the common law of the civil and criminal liability that applies, with a specific set of rules applicable to winter sports. A few of them are known as the 10 FIS rules for conduct safety. Here are some examples of such rules. The downhill skier has right of way. Skiers must control their speed. Skiers must be vigilant at crossroads, and skiers must be careful of where it's allowed to stop. Skiers must respect the signs and markings on the slopes. There are two founding principles regarding the victim's compensation in terms of civil liability. First founding principle, Article 1240 of the French Civil Code, related to the civil liability in case of fault. The application of civil liability requires three conditions: a fault, a damage, a causal link between both elements. Article 1240 punishes the skier whose misconduct, such as a lack of control or inappropriate speed, leads to an accident. However, the victim may also have committed a fault and has then a share of responsibility in the occurrence of the accident. Therefore, it is necessary to know the circumstances of the collision between skiers. That can be possible with an accident report between skiers, established by insurance companies, like for car accidents, testimonies of any person who witnessed the accident, the police official report regarding the testimonies, or even viewing the images from onboard camera. Only a case of force majeure, meaning unpredictable and unsurmountable event, may exonerate the skier who caused the collision. That is really rare, but such a decision has been taken once in a case with a child who was hidden behind a bump. Second founding principle, Article 1242 of the French Civil Code, related to the civil liability for the actions of things. This means that if someone causes damages to other people by the use of a thing, he is liable for the actions of things. The victim may also be injured by ski-related gear, like a ski pole or the edge of a ski that is short. Taking into consideration the Article 1242 of the French Civil Code, the ski equipment is considered as a thing in law. If this equipment is the cause of the damage, the civil liability of its keeper will be engaged, even there is no fault directly from him or her. It also may happen that the circumstances of the accident remained undefined. In that case, the liability for the actions of things allow each skier to receive a compensation from the other one for their damages. The case of minor children. Parents are liable for their minor child, even when they are entrusted to a third party, such as a ski instructor. Besides the civil liability, there is also the criminal liability. The skier's behavior may constitute a criminal offense. It results most of the time in unintentional injuries. Criminal proceedings may then be initiated. This is often the case for serious damages, especially if they led to death, or if the victim is a vulnerable person, like a child. Articles 222(19), 221(6) and 223(1) of the French Criminal Code apply. The maximum sentence is 5 years of incarceration and a 75,000 euros fine. The victim can, of course, claim a compensation for damages. Most of the time, whether it concerns civil or criminal liability, the compensation is made through insurance companies. The case will be taken to court only if there is a disagreement of the fault or damage. When the perpetrator of the accident is not identified or is not insured, the victim receives the compensation from the guarantee fund, which already exists in the context of car accidents. Well, to make sure that snow sports remain a pleasure, make sure you are well insured, both for your liability and for the damages you could cause to yourself. Be careful and adopt a cautious and responsible behavior. Respect the signs and markings present on the slopes as well as in the resort. And of course, do not hesitate to ask any help to the mountain professionals.